So, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Back again on the match review show where Newcastle has actually won the first game for about 5 or 6 games. So, we got to Newcastle winning by 2-1 against a very, very, very good Wolves side that was come here to try to win the game. But I thought it was excellent today, like apart from 1 or 2 dodgy things. But guys, if you like the video, like what you see, then hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. If you like the super chat, then hit that super chat button and give what the channel's worth. And if you like to become a member, then it's 99p. So big up to Newcastle anyhow today. And I'm still waiting for Rawley's having problems. Tony's coming on soon, and also coming on as well as Rawley. And talk it off, Rawley. There he is. How are we doing? Yeah, right?
Yeah, sorry for being a bit late, John.
No, sorry. No problem.
I did lose track of time because I was enjoying the post-match breakdown on Sky.
Yeah. Cool. I've got Barbara Fay in the background as well, but she's going to come and have a quick say on today's game. Barbara, don't go away. You're going to come on, have your say. If you want to come on, have your say, guys, right, for 5-10 minutes sort of thing about today's game, the link's in the description. Click on that. I'll bring you on and have your say. Also coming on as well, Tony, and also come on later on to be your mate, Carl, as well. So,
excellent. I'm just going to stop the cam for a second.
Yeah.
Right.
Really sort of background, people. So when he does that, I'm going to read the comments out as well quickly. Please smash the likes as well. And I've got one for Leslie as well. See, chatters, movement, action stuff. We're all on the high 3 points, John. Take your time. Thank you indeed, Leslie. And kudos to the Wolves manager. I didn't want to focus on penalty decision, just on this player's performance. That's a breath of fresh air. Carragher could learn a lesson. Exactly. Yeah. Big up to Gav as well. Good evening to John and Rolly too. He said to him, Gav, you was correct as well. It's going to be lots of talking points as well. Big up to Leslie and big up to Leslie. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get Barbara on quickly because she's going to come and have her say about the game as well. And big up to Barbara. Finishes Newcastle United 2, Wolves 1, 3 points as well. And Barbara put us out of the game, mate.
Great match. The first time we really put a good effort in, I think, and it proves us right. We were all saying that we should get Isak and instead of Wilson, and that worked today, you know. And Murphy was great on the wing as well. You know, I loved it. We played really well, I thought, you know, and a great win. Although there's a few dodgy moments. Pope was a bit dodgy there to start. Bad mistake he made. Look, he wasn't sent off again there, but and then Trippier slipped and gave away the goal. Like, but apart from that, I thought it was a good performance, and for a change, we're scoring goals anyway. That's the main thing, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Bob, can you hear us, Barbara?
You hear me?
I can, but you've gone a bit. You've gone a bit quiet. But go on, carry on, mate.
I can hear you all right. Let's see the sound up a bit.
Yeah, go.
By the way. Yeah. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the game.
Yeah. All it is, right? I mean, we needed to move like 8 points behind. I think it's 8 points behind Tottenham, right? We need these 3 games in hand to get in the top 4. We're going to have to win all our games, which we're quite capable of doing, right? I know people are saying, "Oh, we're not ready for the top 4, this and that, and top right?" But we're calling down in a bit as well. But I thought Isak today was outstanding today. We've been championing about this guy to get a start. Here he is, scores a goal, runs around, and he's been fantastic.
Brilliant.
Yeah, he's been brilliant. He was brilliant today. He is unlucky to only have the 1 goal, and he just poses different problems than Wilson. I mean, it's a great win for us. It actually puts us 4 points behind Tottenham with 2 games in hand. So top 4's in our hands. We're 2 points above Liverpool and got a game in hand on them as well. But I thought Isak was outstanding. His close control, as a superb header to get the first goal. He's not known for his headed goals, so that was quite good. I thought all round we played well. We let them get a little bit back into the game when they got there, just before they got their equaliser. But slipped by Trippier, but really he should have let Pope collect it because Pope was there. But I mean, Wolves won't score an easier goal, but good on the lads coming back and making sure we got the 3 points. Beautiful goal by Miggy.
Yeah, lovely goal by Miggy. Jess summed it up beautifully. She said that. Do you see that? He said, like, you see, the goal meant effort to Miggy. The way he ran to the crowd as well. I thought when he came on, I think he did Harry's sort of thing. Not meaning with that goal.
I thought everybody played well. I thought Maxi and Isak were linking up really well. Maxi putting the ball through for Isak to run onto them. And I've noticed that when Maxi gets the ball, he's not just running, he's actually looking up to see where everyone else is. And he's not trying to do it all himself. He played a few good balls in at the edge of the box. Played Dan Burn outside him in as well.
Yeah.
I thought Dan Burn handled Chiori really well because you thought that Chiori plays he could give Dan Burn the run around, but he didn't. So yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
good all-round performance. The thing that I'm really looking forward to now is that after win photo.
Yes,
we haven't had one of them for a while.
Yes. Absolutely. You know what it is, right? I mean, Barbara, I mean, look, I mean, this is, I mean, look at, go talk about Nick Pope as well. I don't know what he's doing. That first touch was very, very poor. And then he took out, what's it? It wasn't Neto. I think he took out, brought down
Neves?
Yeah, I think it might have been. Neves took down Neves as well. I tell you what, my hand got hot from him out for a second. I mean, I thought that's got to be a penalty. He's going to check that sort of thing, go to VAR. And you know what? I mean, hands on me heat when I faced on, I saw that. Luckily, when I heard the commentary said it's been checked, I thought, thank God for that. But do you know what it is, Barbara? I think Nick Pope was very, very lucky. People saying that Neves ran into him, and also penalty.
You see it in slow motion. You see it. Right, Pope makes contact, but you see, I think it was Neves. I'm not sure if it was. You see him actually lean into Pope and then go down.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those ones that if the ref gave it as a penalty, VAR wouldn't overturn it. Unless he didn't give a penalty, they weren't going to overturn it because it wasn't a blatant sort of like he grabbed him. It's
about time he got a bit of luck, though.
He got caught out with a back pass. His first touch was awful. And I've seen it a few times, and whoever the guy was, he did actually nudge into Pope and then go down. So whether it's a penalty or not, ref didn't give it. VAR didn't intervene, so I'm quite happy with that.
I'll tell you what, I'll tell you what, we've been lucky in the past as well. Had it been for us, we'd be screaming for that penalty. We would have been screaming for it all day long. And it would have been
absolutely.
Media.
I'm not saying we wouldn't do. It's one of those ones where if it's the other way down round, you want a penalty.
Yeah. Exactly. You know what it is? Go on, Barbara.
The second goal was lucky as well. We got a deflection. It was like Batman's own goal the week before. So, Batman had to tackle it and he deflected it the right goal. The goal that we got tonight was very similar to that, you know.
Yeah, totally agree. Very lucky as well. But I don't know. I mean, you go for the full 19 lineup, right? Unruly. I mean, I said the other day, Eddie needs to make some changes. I've always going to make some changes. They changed the attacking line as well. Miggy to the bench. In came Jacob Murphy, Callum Wilson on the bench. In came Isak, and I tell you what, I think Eddie got his team spot on today. He really did. I thought Jacob Murphy did. They didn't do a lot, but he did have it.
Oh, I disagree with you saying he didn't do a lot. I thought his pressing was superb, caused them lots of problems, and in the first 6 minutes, he put in more crosses than Miggy's done in the last 5 or 6 games. Yeah. His work rate was good. He got hauled down when he was through. The ball was away from him. And with his pace, he's one-on-one with the keeper. and we just got a free kick. There wasn't a red card, so which was unfortunate. But I thought he had a good game. I think the front three worked well together on the press. Both of them, because both Isak was tremendous on the press. Maxey and Wilson, Murphy were good as well. And I think the thing with them when they press, that they're all really quick. So the defender, the number of times where the defender thought he had loads of time, looks up and then Isak's on top of him, or Murphy's on top of him, or Maxey's on top of him. It was great. It was great to watch. We haven't pressed like that for a long time, so it's good to see it back. I think the other thing with Maxey is that he wasn't neglecting his defensive duty either. No. We saw him at that helping out at the back as well. This is good to see. I think he's played his way into another start at Forest. Jacob Murphy is going to be in that conversation, because even though Miggy came on and scored, Murphy had a really good game. So it's nice that Eddie's got all these problems now on his selection. It's a bit unfortunate to hear about Anthony Gordon being out for a bit.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen that as well, which is not good news as well. He'll be out for a couple of weeks. Hopefully, he'll be back for the Man U game. So, go for some comments as well, guys. Please keep these comments coming in, please. Thanks very much indeed. And thank God for Miggy saves us again. That's from Foxy. I've always worried we go ahead and don't get a second goal. Luckily, Miggy was a save he had a day. I want a match winner. We got a match winner today. So, go on from Jess and Leslie is going at it. And Foxy, great goal for Biggie Day, considering apparently being found eat. A bit of kiss and kiss to energy. Absolutely. That's in Leslie. Got Cenk as well from Cyprus. Isak and Gordon should play together regularly, prepare for the next season. ASM and Miggy can mutate each other. Last time I want to add, Dan Burn should start to get a rest. Target should be playing. I thought Dan Burn, Bob, played.
He had a decent game today.
He had a decent game today. A really decent game.
I had a good game.
Wilson
was very poor.
I can't hear Barbara.
Bob. So, Bob, I can't hear you. Are you frozen? I can't hear you.
I think she might be.
What I'll do, I'll get you out and get you back in again. I've got Chippers. How are you doing, my guy? You good?
Oh, hello, guys. Aye, good.
Champion. So, yeah, come on again, mate. So Chippers. Wow, 2-1, eh? I mean, Isak's on fire. First half, I thought he was excellent. You know, what a game. I mean, what do you think of Isak? Do you think Eddie got the changes right?
I think so. I think the result proves that. I think we looked a lot more dangerous up front. I think we had pace up front, and they were shit scared of the three of them. We didn't know how to handle them, and I just thought it was a case of the first half we should have had more than one goal, and I think one goal flattered them. I don't think it was a pen. I think never was a Jimenez as a striker who's got no confidence whatsoever, and I think he deliberately did that because he might have thought he was going to miss the open goal. Dare I say, I think Wilson may have tried the same thing with them lacking confidence as well. So I think he kicked Pope because Pope didn't touch him. He left his foot on Pope from what I saw of it. But yeah, 1-0 flattered them at half time. Obviously, we never came out in the second half, and you could see their goal coming. It's just a shame we made the changes literally before they scored, but you could see it coming. And I'm just disappointed that it was an error like that they didn't have to do much to score it, rather than them playing well to score. But then, stupidly, for some reason, he went to 5 at the back, and that's cost them getting a point because if they're the amount of players on the pitch, I don't think we win that game. I think the fact that they went so negative and, you know, the sat back will punish them, and we had fresher legs up front, and I think we deserve the win because I think we played that well in the first half that the game should have been out of sight, really. I know second half they probably were a bit better, but I think was it 2 saves Pope had to make, the free kick, and was it someone else? Was it Jimenez's header or something? But
when he saved on the goal line, he saved on the goal line in the second half, which is a cracking save, by the way.
Yeah, I felt we deserved it because I think we showed like at 1-1 we went for the win. They didn't. They sat back and tried to play for a point. So I think that's the main reason why we deserved to win, because we wanted to win the game. And as soon as they got an equaliser, they had no intent of winning the game. I think Murphy had a good game. I think Maxi had a good first half. I think Isak had a good first half. I think Willett made such a big difference in that midfield role. I think we definitely missed Joelinton. I think Bruno missed Joelinton. I thought Byrne had an alright game at left back. I think Traore going off at half time suggests that Traore didn't really have to do much in the first half. I thought Trippier did really well until he made his mistake.
There's a slip more than anything else.
Yeah.
But he should have let Pope collect it. There must have been some communication.
That's the thing. The communication should have been there. And if there's communication, either Pope collects it or Trippier or someone else clears it. So I thought the centre backs were pretty comfortable as well. And Pope, apart from the mix up with Trippier slipping, had a good game as well. So to me, I think
the only time other than when they scored that they looked like they might score is that shot was in the first half when they hit the post.
Yeah. But it wasn't on target, was it? So you don't really count it as a.
Yeah, I know, but it's one of those ones you thought that might just creep in and hit the post and went and didn't. So.
I thought we deserved it. I thought the intensity levels were a bit better again first half. We pressed them a lot. Second half, when we made the change, we started pressing again. So we just need to get back to doing it over 90 minutes, and then.
Sorry.
We just need to get them levels back of doing it over 90 minutes. Hopefully we'll get another 3 points on Friday. It's going to be a tough game because they're harder at home to play against.
Yeah.
But I think away from home, if they need to win, which they probably do, it might just help us on the break with pace. And I think the trip away that we've got coming up will help us massively if we can go on the back of it either with 6 points or 4 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen Forest play at home. They're a lot more attacking, but defensively they're still pretty poor.
Yeah. Very poor.
But so if Isak's okay, Maxi's okay, and if Murphy's okay, then we've got 3 whippets up front, so be shit scared of Pierce.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I've got some comments as well, guys. Please keep them coming in. Do follow Rawley and Sam as well. Shira thought it was a pen, right? You disagree. Foxy, overall, Wolves are very unlucky not to get at least a draw at the day. If they had a forward in form or common sense, they would have had a goal or a pen from Port mistake.
I wouldn't say they were unlucky. I think we were. I mean, you could say we were unlucky not to be 2 or 3-0 at half time, and the game would be over.
This is the problem, Chip, as he's just not putting chances away. That is the thing. I mean, Willock had a shot wide, deflected wide, and Bruno hit the post, the crossbar. And end of the day, right, we're creating chances, but they've got to be ruthless in front of goal and make it count. I'll tell you what, if you put those goals back in there, not getting too many draws, we'd be top 4.
Oh, yeah. Easily.
Honestly.
We look at Arsenal. They've lost more. Arsenal, Man City have all lost more. Liverpool, Tottenham, they've all lost more games than us, but they've won more games. That's why they're above us. It's as simple as
that. Exactly, man. Listen, I've got 36 people watching live. Thank you very much indeed. Excuse me. Hit those the like comments as well, please. I'm pretty sure I saw Rory came off the sub for
He's still got his kit on. He's still got his kit on. Look.
Yes, I mean, Shearer thought we should have had a handball in the box to even that out. It was handball, but the referee did even it out, by the way. So they should have had a pen. We should have had a pen. So hi to you, Clarky. Hope you're okay, mate. The commentator said something about a fan needing medical attention. Tripper looked concerned. Does anyone know if the van is okay? I didn't know anything about that one, Ches. I mean,
they did mention something about it. About medical attention. I wasn't quite sure what they were talking about. So, yeah.
Well, we find out more later on, sort of thing. Like probably look on the website and find out, and hopefully things will okay. Casemiro misses the Newcastle game because he got sent off.
Blast dearie me.
You'll be, John, you'll be good, won't you, being a Man U fan?
I'm not. There we go. Nah, but the fans are saying they need to appeal against it, but not a chance. Dangerous tackle. And massive 3 points, lads. Yes, Gary D, it is. It's unusual for Barber to have connected problems. Yeah, normally is. That's the second time it's been on me, sure. And it seems that the connection's not good. Bob, if you're watching, I'll get you back on. Ian, what did you get sent off for? It was a dangerous tackle, wasn't it? Dangerous tackle above the it's just a dangerous tackle.
And I mean, I hope Man U appeal it because he'll get an extra match ban.
Exactly.
Because this is his second red. It should be a 4-match ban.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
It's been a good day around, really. And thing is, right, I'm going to one because we have Botman at the back and Ice in attack. He should have scored.
Don't forget Bruno in the middle.
Yes. He should have scored that one at the end, by the way. Because I tell you what, if they had missed that, if Wolves had scored at the end, they would looking at that Botman chance. Let's be real. So
he did well. He's just leaning back when he struck it. But he's a centre half, so you're not necessarily. If he has an excuse. If it had been someone like Isak or Maxi or someone else, you can really have a go at them because they're supposed to be able to finish from there. Botman's a strike. I mean, I thought he was going to score, but just didn't. It was a centre half strike.
It was.
Sometimes they go in, sometimes they don't. And more often than not, they don't go in.
Exactly. Question for you as well. Which former Man U legend scored 20 goals as a central defender early 90s?
Steve Bruce.
Yeah.
Cabbage. Yeah.
Cabbage. With Trippier one era, loads of class. So thing is so, Leslie, right? I'll tell you, we're going to get top 4. We cannot concede goals like that at all whatsoever. And that is the truth.
Well,
and he's going to be marked down for a play rate. He's going to be marked down for it, I'm afraid. I'm sorry.
The thing about that is if he doesn't slip, he clears it. It's a slip that was because he slipped. That's why they scored, because he couldn't get a decent contact. If he doesn't slip, he clears that. No one's worried about it. It was a clear slip, which led to it. It took it away from Pope. But if he doesn't slip, he clears it. It's just the fact that he slipped, which isn't necessarily his fault. It's an error that maybe he should have let Pope. It's the sort of thing that if he doesn't slip and clears it, no one worries about whether he should have left it for Pope or not. I don't think it was necessarily an error in judgment. It's just the fact that he slipped.
Fair enough. Mourinho's are awesome. And I'm sure the fans know. Bob, if you're listening, you got one on as well. You need to get clear so I can get you back in, mate. Because the end of
terrible feedback.
She is. I think Bob's got 2 out, sort of thing. She needs to come out, delete one, start again. So Isak's outstanding, made all the difference. Yeah, he did. And this is something we should get some superb winger which can have pace and long distance shooting ability. The RB will be a good choice. I think we need number 8 midfielder instead of number 6. I see where you come from with that. I think I will hopping in the summer. And got one from Paul. Big up to you, Paul. We rode our luck out there, but poor potential getting the red. But finally, having the opportunity to build on momentum is huge. I wouldn't
say we rode our luck. I wouldn't say we rode our luck. I thought we were, apart from a sort of 10-minute spell in the second half where they had a bit more possession. I don't think we rode our luck at all. Their goal was fortunate. As I said before, it's a slip by Trippier that caused it. He doesn't slip, he clears it. I don't think we rode our luck. I think the scoreline flattered Wolves a bit, to be honest.
I think it did, I think it did. But look, end of the day, we won, and happy days. There you go. I want to talk about Dan Burn, Sam. I mean, look, when Wolves started Traore, was you worried about him because of his pace and?
Yeah, I was. I said to myself, I don't know why Target's not starting Traore things. I thought my handle him a bit better, but to be fair, I thought he did okay. I thought Burn had an alright sound game. I don't think they got behind him too much, and when they did get behind him, he did very well recovery wise. So I would say that he'll be playing. I would say it'll be the same back four at Forest on Friday. Unfortunately, fortunately, however you want to look at it, I think the team's nearly settled as to who will be playing on Friday again. I think they'll probably be unchanged if everybody's fit.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there. There's no reason to change it. The only position that may change could be Miggy coming in again for Murphy, but that would be very hard on Murphy because I thought he had a really good game.
Yeah.
I thought he was the one as well. That looked like I think as well, though, he looked like he had a lot of energy still at the late in the game, which was key for him because you could say a few players look tired. So I think that'll be the only reason why things will get changed if players are not 100%. And of course, we've still got Gordon to come back. We've still got hopefully Callum Wilson to come back mentally and physically on the pitch because it's going to take him a while, I think, to get back to where he wants to be. So as soon as they do get back there, we're wholly a totally different animal again. So
yeah. Absolutely. Got some more comments as well, and do apologise there. Got on from Leslie. Thought Big Dan Burn did well, but wouldn't have liked to seen Target get minutes. Brennan Johnson is slippery, so it could be a problem. And as a Longstaff was the weak link today. Great hard working lad, but ultimately lacking in quality. Clarkey, we've got to say about that one there. I know he's your favourite player, but
it's not my favourite player. But I thought that he had a decent game. I think the thing with Longstaff is people expect the extraordinary because they're thinking, oh, he plays in the midfield with Willock or with Bruno or J7, and they're sort of more dynamic players than he is. But he does the simple stuff well. He breaks up play, and he played some. I mean, the Miggy's goal was set up by a pass down the wing by Longstaff. To set Miggy free before he came inside to sort of actually get in the position to score the goal. So he has got that technical class. He's not the sort of fashionable player. He's not Bruno. He's not J7, but he does play. He's an integral part of the team at this point in time. Next season, when we spend, he has a fight to get into the starting 11, but he would be, if he doesn't get in the starting level, he'd be a capable substitute. Matt Ritchie came on. I mean, he's been a great servant for the club, but he's not at the same level as some of the other players, the players that we've got playing now. He's at the back end of his career. One of the things that has hampered us somewhat this season is the lack of strength on the bench. We get a couple of players in, and that relegates Maxi and Sean to the bench. We now you get to a situation where you've got 5 players on the bench that can come on and then actually make a difference to the game, rather than 5 players that come in and you hope that they can play to a standard that doesn't cost us the game. But no, I think that Sean Longstaff gets a lot of unjustified stick in my opinion.
Well, fair enough. Anything on that one,
Sam?
Yeah,
I was just going to say, I think we all know that Longstaff's not going to be here long term. Eventually, I think again he's here for now, so it is what it is. And plus, you need your homegrown players in the squad because that's something that they're clamping down on. So that's That's why he's here, because he comes under that bracket. He's a homegrown player, so while we're here, we might as well use him.
I mean, and the thing about it, you look at where we are in the league, and he's played an integral part of that. He scored a few goals, set up a few goals. He got the goals that got us to the cup final in the semi-final. His shooting hasn't been great this season, but when he needed, he does. But his position he's played, you don't expect him to score many goals because he's not. Though he's a midfielder, he's more that guy that breaks up the play and gives it to someone else. So you don't expect him to score as many goals as Willock, but he's scored more, sort of thing. Long term, well, he's got like 2.5 years left on his contract. I think he'll see most of that out. And I mean, the other thing you've got to remember, he's only 24, or is he 25 this year? So he's still got development to come. So the fact that at the moment he's playing well in the first team, I say if we bring someone in the summer, he's got a fight on, but you never know, he might win that fight because he's still got room to develop. He's still a good 3-4 years away from actually approaching his peak. So I think he stays for most of his contract. If not, it's quite possible we might sign him onto a new one. All depends on how he develops over the next couple of seasons, because he's still quite young.
Yeah, he is. For me, he did what he had to do today. Like, it's a typical, hard-working performance from Longstaff today, in my opinion. I think he had a good game for me. I really did. I'm not going to... Did all right, he did what he had to do. He says exactly what he says on the tin, and I think he did all right today. So, I agree. So, we're going to Alan Thompson. Big up to Alan. John, lads, we would have look on the Pope instant if I thought it was a clear penalty and sent it off. But hey-ho, we need a bit of luck. But Forest game, it is a massive game. Huge game.
It wasn't a pen. Watch Jimenez's leg. He kicks Pope. Pope doesn't touch him. He kicks Pope to go down. So to me, he should have been booked for cheating because he tried to win a penalty. It's as simple as that. Pope doesn't go to touch him. Jimenez gets away from Pope and he realizes that it's an open net, but he's lacking in so much confidence. He goes, "Oh, I'll take him down and try and win a penalty so somebody else can have the shot." It's not a penalty.
Fair enough. Just saying, it could be placed in time with better quality, which is where we start to move forward if we want a generally challenge. I have to agree. And we need to get like Edson Alvarez from Ajax and Manu Cornet from Borussia Mönchengladbach as well. Get one of those two players would be well aware. Let's go. All right. It's talking to Ginger, EK, big up legends, Almiron, you little beauty. EK, big up to you as well. I hope you're fine. I think Wood has already become a permanent. So yes, he has. So he can play. So he signs on a permanent deal. He plays on Friday. I was told.
I think this is not the end of the season. That gets confirmed. It's agreed for the end of the season for him to join permanently.
It's end of the season signing, but
he's triggered the obligation to buy. So in the summer they have to buy him. He's still technically on loan. But they triggered the obligation to buy.
Yeah, he replaced 3 games as well. And the thing is, right? I mean, Brennan Johnson's going to be a problem on Friday. We need to keep him tight on Friday. We're going to get some joy because this guy is absolutely brilliant. He really, really is. Casemiro out for a few games. Happy days. Yes, happy days it is. Willock, it was a shining light on the midfield today. Deserves to applaud this. Great assist to Superstar Miggy. Do you know what it is? I thought Willock done well today. I thought he had a good game. Really enjoyed his reviews. Like mind the fans discussing the game. We respectfully love our fans. Jules, thank you so much indeed for that. Ian with Foxy, he was essentially, that's why I get you, Jules. I know exactly what you mean. Wood's still on loan. He's just eligible to sign on the permanent only in the summertime. I'll not lie, I do get a little nervous when the ball is at Pope's feet. Now, this is the problem, really. I mean, they say he's not very good on his feet. And do you go with that?
I think if he's rushed, I think he panics a bit.
Mhm.
But most of the time, he hasn't had to rush, so it's not the biggest issue in the world. He had a poor first touch on that one. They've just been showing it on Sky. The incident with was it Jimenez? I forget who it was. It actually looks like he doesn't actually touch Pope. Pope doesn't actually touch him, and he leans back into him.
Don't think.
He sort of barges into Pope's shoulder and goes down because they showed it in slow motion. It didn't look like his foot hit Pope. He just went down. The more I look at it, the less I think it's a penalty.
Well, I mean, there's going to be people talking on social media right now. I've got a Man U fan on as well of West. Was to talk about the Newcastle match against Wolves. Big up to all West. West, how you doing, mate? You okay?
Big up, man. No, I'm okay. How about yourselves? Big up,
Champ,
man.
you're not big bad, not big
John,
bad.
I'm going to shoot somewhere and get some tea. And we'll get some
No
tea.
problem,
I'll let somebody else have a go.
No problem. You take care, man, and I'll speak to you later.
Do that, drop.
Sure, take care. That's Sam's going to have his tea. Right, Ovesti, how you doing, man? What do you want to say about the Newcastle Wolves game? Can we get top 4 this season, mate? As a Man U fan.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good win for you guys today. Obviously, Isak scored the goal. I thought he played very good today. Let's see, next game, Newcastle, Man United. We'll be back, customer, but it's going to be interesting. But I really do think Newcastle, for me, they just have to build up their consistency now. So now going to winning games now. But it's looking good. Obviously, you guys won today, so let's see what happens. But top 4, let's see what happens.
Yeah, do you know what it is, right? I mean, we got too many draws on rest, as you know, and if you turn those draws into wins, we'd be in the top 4 already. Let's be real. And another thing is the scoring goals is the main problem. But we took our goals today. Isak outstanding today. Miggy came on and got the winning goal. I mean, Isak's been very impressive today. He really has impressed us today.
100%. He should have started against, obviously, in the Cup final. But for me, he's a good player. I've always liked him, but let's see what Eddie Howe does in the next game, because you can't afford to be dropping points now. You have to go into now winning matches. So let's just see what happens from Isak.
Yeah, we got to play Forest away on Friday. Then you got to play you lot on April the 2nd, and after that we go away to Brentford, away to Villa, and I think it's Villa, West Ham, and then at home to Tottenham Hotspur. We've got a lot of away games to play, and we're not bad away from home because we know how to play the system. But they're tough games, and I truly believe that we could do this. I really do think we can do this. I know people are saying they're not good enough, but when you think about it, really, right? If we get top 4 this, it's just doable. Then we can spend on better players while we're in the top 4, and go and get the players coming in.
Yeah, I mean, so the other day you were saying that to me that we have a slim chance of top 4.
Yeah, I did. But I can change my mind, though. I can change my mind. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Look, at the end of the day, right? Look, I mean, all we got to do, though, we got to win games. You got to beat what's in front of us, right? Today was a must-win game because Brighton drew, Brentford got beat, Liverpool got beat, Fulham got beat today. It was our chance to pull away from the teams below us, and that's exactly what you've done today. It was so important we got the 3 points today.
100%. Yeah, exactly. And for me, I think the bigger test is when you guys play Arsenal. That's going to be a very good game. So also Newcastle Man United as well, but I'm less confident now because we'll be back, customer, and we'll have to go back to McTominay and friends. So
I know. Sorry about that, man. But I know Tom's been linked to us as well. I don't want McTominay, mate. But
please get him. Please get him.
Will you take him, Rolling?
Done. He'll give you the passion and everything for the shirt.
Passion doesn't win you matches, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the thing about McTominay is that at first thoughts you think, I don't want him. But then remember he's got to come and train under Eddie, and Eddie can weave his magic on him. I mean, I think with McTominay, he's one of those players who you think that, well, he's not really the sort of player we want because we want someone better.
Yeah.
But you got to remember that we're trying to develop a team, not just buy it. So he's still quite young. He's played at a decent level. He's got a lot of experience playing in big teams. He's not the greatest player they've got, but he's not. I mean, you put him in our squad, and I see him as a squad type player. I think that he would have been useful if we got him in January because of the injuries and obviously the suspension to J7. He could have done a job for us there, and he could develop. How old is he? He's about the same age as Longstaff, 24, 25?
Yeah, I think Muktoma's at 25, yeah, 25.
Yeah, we've still got a long way to develop.
A long way. But yeah, and then so now you go out with Casemiro sort of thing. Like I still think you get top 4 this season, but losing Casemiro hasn't helped you at all whatsoever.
Exactly, man, exactly. And I don't know if you guys seen it today, but for me, it's not a red card, man. But Anthony Taylor being Anthony Taylor, man. But listen, it'll most likely be McTominay and Fred because I think he's got this little injury, so it's gonna have to be McTominay and Fred. But I just think the atmosphere, I don't know if Man United we can cope with it because I know we've got, I would say, a decent record at your ground. But listen, I think this season at your ground is being very good. So I think the atmosphere might put United off. But listen, to be fair, our away record it's kind of okay, but for me, the performances needs to be a bit better.
Absolutely. Listen, Ovis, thanks for coming on, man, and having us there. And I'm hoping to come back on Lucas' channel on Friday if I get a chance to come back on for the Big Six, sure. And but watch what you're doing and enjoy the rest of the weekend, mate.
Big up, man. Big up.
Big up. Take care. See you later. That is our rest of Man U fan, top guys. Well, go for some comments as well. And back. Ian's talking about coffee. I missed your comments. Pope had made 2 mistakes so far. One against Liverpool, one at Deer, and the mistakes is creeping into his game, in my opinion. Bruno kept the midfield neutral. Most of the attacks were from the left today instead of the right. That's from I like coffee. Let's hope you get one result back on the winning ways. I'm gonna have to agree as well. At least you can type fast, Jules. Get in and effing buzzing. We get a VAR decision go our way for once. So Willock, my man of the match, we have missed him. That's some clone lad. I like him as well. Hope we can stick one up on Man U. Hope Woods plays on Friday. Johnson is class. How do you rate Brennan Johnson, Rory?
I think he's a good player. Very quick, very direct. He's got a bit of skill about him. He's there sort of like the out ball, because he'll chase everything down. He's the sort of player that I wouldn't mind seeing at our place, playing for us. I think he's young as well, so he's got the ability to improve with good coaching. I'm not saying that he's not getting good coaching now, but in a better team, I think he'll develop. But he's going to be a danger to us on Friday.
Yeah. Go on, mate. Go on. Carry on.
Yeah.
That's it. I've got Barbara. Isak. Just got a comment from Isak about he reckons Cenk reckons if he gets the right servers, he will golden boot winner on the coming years. Good wingers and very good midfielders positioning we need, and one superb left back we need. Can you see him being a golden boot winner in future years in the Premier League?
Who was that question to?
Isak. To you, Barbara. Isak.
Oh, yeah, to me, is it? I mean, I think it's talking to me. Yeah, he's going to be a big player. He wanted to be for 60 million, wouldn't he? So we just have to wait and hope he gets a chance again next week. He looked as though he's out of steam coming up to the end. That's why they brought on Wilson, I think. I don't think Wilson done much either. Did you think Wilson was okay today?
I thought Isak was fantastic today. I thought he was
Oh, Wilson,
excellent.
I'm
First
talking about
half.
Bob was talking about Wilson.
Oh, Wilson. He didn't do much, didn't he? Sorry.
No,
I
nothing.
couldn't hear you, Pastor. He didn't really do that much today, to be honest with you. I can't lie again. And that's not being harsh on him, but he didn't do a lot. But, you know, and what he did clear away from corner. That is it. But big up to Carl. How we doing, man? You okay?
Oh, brilliant, mate. Brilliant.
You good?
How you doing? He's all right.
Yeah. Are we going to agree again? Because this is getting too much of a habit.
I think so, mate. Well, maybe not to everything. I think you may not agree with everything I've got to say, but yeah, what a great game. Absolutely brilliant, lads. Like from the start, like when I seen that lineup, I was like, yes, Eddie. Yes, Eddie. That's what we've been asking for, innit? We've been asking for it. He's made these tough decisions and he's done it. I didn't expect Isak to start, and he did. And Murphy on the right as well, absolutely brilliant, fantastic, mate. He was so good. Can you hear me all right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on, mate. Go on.
I thought
You're in a real danger of me agreeing with you.
Yeah. No, mate. Like
Honestly,
I've got nothing but praise for the lads today. They were absolutely fantastic to play like that without Joe Linton, mate. Without Joe Linton, like that is positive, man. We were really good, especially down that left hand side. Dan Burn got forward, mate. Dan Burn was getting forward, overlapping. He was crossing the ball in, winning corners. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, mate. It was unreal. It was so positive. And do you know what? For me, Dan Burn, I mean, it's really hard to give a man of the match. Really is. It's one of them games where there's so many good players, you know. But Dan Burn for me was absolutely outstanding today. Adama Traore, Wolves' side, their game plan was that right hand side. On our left-hand side, they thought Adama could get past Dan Burn, no bother, and that was their game plan because it kept going to the right-hand side, and it just wasn't working. Dan Burn was outstanding; he kept him in his pocket. So not just going forward, it was his defending as well. He was absolutely brilliant. But then you've got to look at the midfield. You know, we're having a good game when Bruno is our worst player on the pitch. Like, that's how good we were playing. It's true. It's true. Honestly, it's true. Like, Bruno was our worst player today. So you knew that we were having a good game. I'm so impressed with the lads. I'm so impressed with the performance from the get-go. Eddie's lineup, fantastic, mate. I'll not blabber on too much and say it all in one. But I'm just over the moon, especially for Isak and Miggy. I think hopefully Miggy, this is what he needed. He needed this goal. We're a bit fortunate with the deflection, but hopefully this is what we needed. And I'm over the moon for the lads, and we deserved it. We shouldn't have. It shouldn't have been a 2-1. It wasn't a 2-1 game, was it? It should have been 3 or 4, you know. But over the moon, we'll go to Forest. We'll play like that again. Happy days. The one thing you might disagree with me about, Roddy, is Sean Longstaff. Like, honestly, right? Willick stood out, mate. He
did.
He did. And Willick, hey, I've got no against Sean Longstaff. Nothing against anyone today. But when Joe Linton's back, it's got to be Bruno, Joe, and Willick. It's got to be. Do you not agree?
I probably tend to agree with you there.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought Sean, as you said, everyone played well today. And I thought Sean's ball down to Miggy just before his goal was a really good ball. And it set that move up. He won't get any credit for it because it's not the actual assist. But it allowed the move to develop for Miggy to drift inside and Willett to play that ball into him for him to score.
Yeah.
But yeah, Eddie's got, I mean, he's still, midfield picks itself next week because Jay's still suspended. But when we come back from, is it Doha they're going to, or the United Arab Emirates, he's got a decision to make on that midfield now.
Yeah.
Because he's not just got 4 midfielders to pick from, he's got 4 midfielders who are playing well. It's a nice problem to have.
It is, yeah, I agree.
But I mean, my first thoughts when you said it, is that you'd look at, obviously it's Bruno, you've got to have J7 in, and then you're looking at, well, really, on that, or if Willock performs on Friday like he did today, you're looking at how can you drop him?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah,
and it's tight on Sean because I thought he had a decent game as well.
He had a decent game. He had
no
a
one
decent
didn't.
game.
All right.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. So it's going to be. I think at the end of the day, when we come back from the Middle East, the defense the midfield that we play, I don't think anyone's really going to grumble too much, whoever he plays, because they're all playing well.
Yeah, I agree. There's 2 points I want to make. I don't know if you have covered this already, but I wasn't very happy with the substitutes. I thought Max was playing really well, but then the substitutes worked. So I'm hard to say out, But at the time, I was a bit like, he hasn't. Because I was talking to someone at the time, and I turned back the screen. I didn't see who came off for Miggy. I thought it was maybe Jacob Murphy, and I realised it wasn't. I thought, he hasn't took Max off, has he? I couldn't believe that. But it worked. So, I don't know if he's not match fit or not. I don't know. But I wasn't happy with the substitute.
I think he just wanted to change it up a bit because they started to take a bit of control in the game.
They did,
change it up. So Wilson? Wilson wasn't great. I thought Miggy played well. Matt Ritchie, he ran about a bit, but didn't do an awful lot.
Yeah, and the last point is Botman. He's probably haven't covered this, but I noticed tonight, lads. I wish he would get closer to the man. He's letting them cross it in too easily, Did you notice this? He doesn't get close enough to try and block the cross. He just kind of lets them run down the wing and put it in. He did it a few times tonight, and it was quite worrying when Dan Burn wasn't there. I would like to see Botman get closer to his man. Did you notice that?
I thought Shire had a good game.
Shire played well.
I must admit, that's something I'll keep a look at. But I think what Botman does when he goes out wide, he's almost trying to offer the guy to cut back inside.
Yeah.
Because he's sort of his positioning is almost to try and make it difficult for them to make it easier for them to cut back inside and make the cross.
Yeah.
If he goes a bit closer, it may make it easier for them to come back inside.
Yeah.
But I'll sort of have a proper look at that. But that's what I see in his positioning. Because most of the time when people try to cross, it's because he's got the angle he's at. It's very hard to get it round him and get a decent cross in. I think he backs himself to have the way he's positioned himself. They come back in. I think he backs himself to either get in between them and the ball or actually get to the ball. Which is probably why he stays that little bit further back, because it gives him that sort of space to actually adjust and get a tackle in or nick the ball away.
I'm going to come in. Go on, Kyle. I'm going to come in. Go on.
Yeah, no, I finished.
They finished. I'll go to the comments as well because I'm overloaded. Please keep those comments coming in. I mean, don't forget Barber's in the room as well. We shouldn't even be focusing Champions League or looking ahead to Man U's game. Just put unnecessary pressure on ourselves. Just focus game by game. And Miss Billy's comments, I'll soon rather sign around Jeremy for passion than a clogger. Talking about Scott McTominay, by the way. And Clone Lad, surely by Neves over McTominay would get him for less. Absolutely. We should go for
I'm not sure we get Neves for cheaper than McTominay.
I think Neves is going to be out of contract at the end of next season, so probably get about 40 million for the guy. But,
how old is he?
25. Neves is 25, 26 soon.
Oh, is he? I think he's older than that.
Yeah, 26 soon. And we should go for Palhinha for Fulham or even Igate for Sporting Lisbon. I think that guy's quality. And everyone's saying that Ian. Also, I wouldn't give Manny any money for any player. And 5 points separate 12 from 20. I tell you what, it's too close to quarter stuff. Like Billy says,
isn't it refreshing that we don't have to worry about relegation? It's been so long since we haven't had to worry about relegation. At
It's
this
so
point.
good, isn't it?
Well, I mean,
Wow.
at the bottom, you're looking at any 3 from about 6 clubs.
I would love it if West Ham went down, mate. I would absolutely love it.
Not as much as if Everton went down.
No, not as much, but as much. Not for.
Wow.
Yeah,
It'll be
I mean,
interesting. Can you imagine West Ham fans going absolutely potty with their London Stadium?
one of my best mates is a hammer. He thinks they're going down.
What's your prices?
I mean, because you look at Southampton at bottom with 22.
About 8 teams could go down there.
And Wolves Palace are 12th with 27. So there's 5 points from the bottom to the top. I mean, it's so tight down there. Leicester are only a point out of the relegation zone on goal difference.
It's very tight.
It might be nice to see Leicester go down, so they'll have to get shot with the likes of Maddison. In the championship, so that make it easier for us to get him. I still think we want him. We'll go in from the summer, and I think Leicester are going to try and play hardball. But if they get relegated, they don't have that option.
Exactly. Watch this space. One to watch. Did you see PF today announce Ryanair an airplane company with hundreds of destinations to sponsor? Wait and see all the new sponsors in that one. Looks good.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
The Riyadh Air, because Al Ramyan's now is the chair of Riyadh Air, which is they're opening up their flights internationally. So it's possible that we could have them as our sponsors rather than Saudi.
Yeah.
But it's exciting times ahead, because I think that, especially if we make Europe, I'm not saying top 4, if we make Europe, all the sponsorship deals that we do in the summer could be that much more, because you can justify them with the European exposure. If we get Champions League, we can get even more because of exposure, and then you have all the money coming in, and they will spend in the summer. They might be a little bit more ambitious if we actually qualify for the Champions League, in the Europa or the Europa Conference. But I still think we'll bring 5 or 6 in, because we've got quite a few going out of contract that won't be renewed. Ryan Fraser has no future at the club. If we get decent offers in for the likes of Lascelles, he might go as well. I think that I personally think that they'll accept decent offers for Lascelles, but they won't necessarily look to move him on, because last weekend against City, he had a really good game. He had Haaland in his pockets for large portions of the game. Mm-hmm. So we'll do some decent business in the summer.
Yeah. The sad thing is, we could have won those last 3 games like quite easily if we had taken our chances. That's the sad part about it. We played well in the cup final. Like, we had taken our chances, we'd have been up there 2-2 at the end. It would have went extra time, I'd say, And the match last week, we should have won that as well.
Very, very good.
Miss open chances like we do. Like,
the one thing I want to talk about as well, guys, about Bruno, I didn't think he was that good today. I'm not going to lie. Again, I think he was quite. He balanced Joe Linton alongside him today. But
he does. He plays better with Joe Linton.
I think the thing with Bruno is that he's played so well over the season that when he has a subpar game, people think, "Oh, he's had a terrible game." Well, he wasn't bad. He just wasn't as good as he normally is.
But his little trick started off.
As Kyle said, he must have been playing well if he's the worst player on the pitch for us. And I think that's probably taking it a little bit far, but I
He gave the thing is though. He gave
It's
a
hard to
clumsy
say
foul
who was
away
the
from a
worst
free
because
kick.
everyone played so well.
Yeah, he gave away a clumsy foul on the edge of the box as well, close to the edge of the box, which Wolves hit the post from a free kick for Neto, right? But he was clumsy in the fouls today, and I've noticed that today. So that's got to be discussed. That's got to be mentioned, guys.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it shouldn't be mentioned, but I'm just saying that it comes across as that he was absolutely terrible, which he wasn't.
No, he wasn't terrible.
Yeah, I know. That's the point I make. It sounds like
He wasn't terrible, but he did give it a compliment.
He wasn't as good as he has been consistently
Yeah.
over the season, which is the difference.
It's a difference. It's a difference. Jez said Everton's his preference. We was cooking today for a while there. We were Jack today. Hope you hear Jackie B. Everton playing the championship with the new stadium. We've been funny hosting Millwall and go in and take another half from them. I tell you what, that guy, I'd take him in the summer. I'd take him. No problem. If you don't get Matt Nansen, go and get him. If Bournemouth goes down, we'll definitely take Billings, a quality player. Philip Billings. I tell you what, he's a good player.
He's a good player, but I'm not sure that he's the sort of player we'd be looking for. I think we'd be looking for a better quality player than him. There's no disrespect to him, but I think that we're shopping in a different market. He hasn't. It's like you look at Brennan Johnson and you look at Billing. They both come up from the Championship. Brennan Johnson has looked really good against everybody, where Billing has flitted in and out. So I don't think that he's the quality that we'd be looking for.
So Philip doesn't feel the billing at Newcastle by the sounds of it. Then doesn't foot the bill at Newcastle United.
Not for me. Not for me.
Fair enough. But we
Brennan Johnson, yeah, I'd take Brennan Johnson. I think he's
Brennan Johnson.
He's how old is he? He's about 22, 23?
22, I think he is.
Yeah, exactly. And he looks the part already. He's only going to get better.
Yeah, that Onana will be fantastic for Newcastle if they need a CDM. If you need to mix it up against Man U, because Wan Saka is a beast on that side, Jack on ASM. And if everything goes down, they don't have good players clubs can snap up Onana's quality, by the way. He's one of the
Onana, and someone will take T-Rex, because whether you like him or not, he's a decent goalkeeper.
To be fair,
he'd be better if he had longer arms.
Yeah. For us, about the bottom teams, yes, they are, Leslie. Don't dislike them. It's just like Brennan Johnson. Will be pretty hilarious if anything go down with a new stadium being built. Can you imagine that? I think Pope got away one day. People say yes, people say no. I want Adidas as a new kit maker. I don't really like Castor as much. I don't either. And Davey Brown said, how weird a lad. How weird a lad's Davey. Really looks carrying an ankle a little. I don't know if he looks right or not. I don't know. But he did try to. Bruno, due to a poor game, I don't mind because the rest of the team was so good. Aston Chairs and Bruno just had a season disrupted with suspensions and injury. Takes time to get his rhythm back. Can be 10 out of 10 every single week.
True.
Fair enough. It's true. Go on. What you got to say that one, Bob?
Wasn't going to say it, no.
Oh, sorry. I thought you was going to say about Bruno there. I mean, can he? A bad Bruno game was still around 7 or 8. He was definitely not an 8 today. Yeah. He was definitely not an 8 today. No. Obviously, he's not. But it's your opinion. It's definitely not a 7 or an 8 to me. 6. I would say it was 4.
6.
No, the thing is, though, I mean, he did all right. Okay, maybe 7.
So he did all right. He's more than a 6.
Maybe he's a 7, but I'm not giving him an 8. I'm not giving him an 8.
I wouldn't argue with that 8, but it's not a 6.
No, I'm not giving him an 8, but I know what you mean. Probably a 7. I wouldn't say it was poor, just not outstanding like it has been all season. His level has been set very high. That's a fair comment from Ian. By the way. A poor game for Bruno is a good game for some others, so that's in Leslie. Yeah. And we need to sit Bruno down and give that man a new contract ASAP. We'll come on to touch on that.
I think they're trying to do that.
Yeah. Do have to take Pickford. Love it. We should be going in the first game full of confidence. That's the game we've got to have to win. No ifs, no buts. It will not be an easy game because Liverpool couldn't beat them. I think
They're a
Chelsea,
very different proposition at the City Ground than they are away from home.
they are. Gibbs White's a quality player too.
Linton wasn't playing.
Joe Linton, man of the match today. Joe Linton was banned.
From his armchair at home.
Wow. Like I said, we're going to go around the table, right? Well, I'll start with you, Rolly, right? Bruno, will he sign Bruno's on the contract, yes or no?
I think he will. But I think it's one of those things that it'll probably be in the summer.
Yeah.
They'll have it all ready and then they announce it after the season.
That's what I'm thinking as well. Barbara, yes or no? New contract for Bruno.
I think we have to get him because he's our midfield man. He's the main man in midfield, and we have to build a team around him. So I reckon we'll have to get him.
Fair enough. Cal. Go on, Cal. Bob, carry on, mate. Go on, carry on. Sorry, stop.
I didn't have anything else to say at the end of that. I'm just thinking there's something to say. Sorry.
Fair enough. And Cal, yes or no to Bruno? New contract? Will he sign this new deal?
Well, I think it's the most important thing we can do before we even look at anyone else. The most important thing the team can do is make sure we get him to sign a new contract. Whether he does or not, he gans on all the time about how he loves the club and he's this, he's that, he's that. For me, it's whether the rumors are true about Real Madrid. If Madrid really want him, then I think he would go. But I think if it's other than Real Madrid, I think he stays and I think he signs a new contract. I think Real Madrid's the only team that would maybe stop him from doing so. It's just whether the rumors are true or not. He's good enough to play in Real Madrid. He really is. In my opinion, I think he really is world class. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Geordie and he plays for the Toon. I think he's world class. I think he's an absolute outstanding player. And the balls he sees, the balls he plays, he's just whether you've seen how different we are when he's not on the pitch. He's absolutely vital to our squad, and we need to get him to sign a new contract, or we're screwed. We're in big trouble. I just hope these rumors aren't true.
We'd be scrambling to replace him. I think the thing with Real Madrid is, can they afford it?
Well, that's another thing. Yeah, they probably can.
They can.
Yeah, they can. It's just we don't need the money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If it wasn't Mike Ashley, he'd be gone.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But now we really don't need the money. It's like, you could put in 3 times he's asking price and would still be like, well, he's that important. No, do you know what I mean? Like, it's up to him, and if he's out of contract, that's when I worry. Does he want to go to Real Madrid? Probably yes. It's every footballer's dream. I don't care how loyal you are. Maybe Totti is the only person I think would say no. Well, I think Totti did say no to Real Madrid. They offered Totti Figo's wages and he said no. But I don't think there's many players like that, mate. And Bruno hasn't been here long enough. He's a Brazilian. And I think he would go. I just hope the rumours aren't that true, and I hope he gets the dotted line because it's so important for us.
I'm going to disagree with you a bit there, Kyle. I mean, obviously, I want him to sign on the dotted line. He's still young. He's still got he still hasn't reached his full potential. I think he's flattered by the Real Madrid links, but say after he won the Northeast Writers Player of the Year, he's saying that he wants to become a legend at Newcastle. He loves it here. His family loves it here. His dad's a big celebrity. I don't think that he's in a hurry to leave.
Right.
Whether he signs a new contract or not is a different matter, because you may not be in a hurry to leave, but you might not want to extend the contract. He's still got, 3 years left on it?
Exactly, aye.
So the fact that we want to extend it and give him more money is quite attractive to him, I would have thought. I think they'll try and get it resolved quickly. It may take the rest of the season because we've only got, 13 games left.
But aren't they stopping people from signing? Like, I know Chelsea have been signing stupid contracts, like 7-8 year contracts.
Yeah. I think it's from next season they're trying to stop to limit it to 5 years.
That's what I thought. So what are you saying, next for 2 years?
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite happy to have him for an extra 2 years.
Of course. Yeah.
And I think the other thing that will help is where we finish this season.
Yeah.
If we finish the Champions League, that makes this more reason for him to stay. And
Big
then
difference,
we'll do it in the summer. I think we need to get European football next season.
What if we don't, though, Rory? So what you're saying? If we don't, say we finish 8th, what do you think happens?
I think he stays next season and then see what happens.
Right.
Because he is told it's a project. He signed when we're in the bottom the bottom of the league, pretty much, and he sees that we're competing. We don't. I would be very surprised if we don't qualify for Europe. It would take us to implode. As you remember, with the Europa Cup place for winning the Carabao Cup, that goes into the league. So we'd have to finish 9th to miss out on Europe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That'll be if you don't miss out on Europe from here and now, that'll be an absolute shame for the hard work. It'd be a shame.
It's really a case of which European competition that we're in next season, in my opinion. It's in our hands, because though you'd rather have the points on the board and the games in hand, it's in our own hands where we finish, if we finish in the Champions League. Because if we go on another run like we did in October, we'll finish in the Champions League. We'll finish.
I think we can beat Man United at home.
Yeah, and look, they couldn't beat fucking Southampton, the bottom of the league. But for me, at home. But for me, we're going on about this with Europe. It's Tottenham and Liverpool. They're so inconsistent.
Yeah,
and I think this is the best season for us to get into Europe because of the other teams around us that are struggling. And we had such a good start. We've got the games in hand. I get what you're saying, but I really look at them other teams as well. And I know that's not a good thing to do, and people say it's what you do, but it's really good that they are so inconsistent, mate. They got beat up both Liverpool. Yeah. So this is the season. If we're gonna do, because next season will be harder, but this is the season we need to do it, and I think we'll not have a better chance.
I think if we do it this season for the Champions League, I think it'll be very hard to shift us from the top 4.
100%.
You get better players, and then you have all the top players come to the club. Then even better the following year. That's.
Absolutely. You're going to get top 4. Now is the time, which is doable. We've got to start winning more games.
We've got a decent chance of doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to mention them.
I don't know if you saw John's show a couple of days ago.
Oh, no.
He was saying that, we've got a slim chance of challenging for the Champions League, and I cut him down straight away. It's not slim. We've got a decent chance, but it's not slim yet.
We could do it.
We're in the mix.
People.
Maybe think about it. With Casemiro out, Man United could drop points, and they could be in danger of missing out.
How long is he out for?
3
weeks.
3 games.
I think
before, because he's already been sent off.
He's getting sent off.
Oh, is he banned? Did he get banned? Did he?
Banned.
The second red card, it should be 4 games.
Oh, it could be,
because it's like being because J7 got 10 bookings, he got 2 game ban rather than the 1. I think if you get a second red card, they tack another game onto it.
Wow. And when did you get that red card? The last game?
Sorry?
When did Casemiro get that last red card in the last game, was it?
That was just before the Carabao Cup final. And they managed to squeeze 3 games in between him getting his red card and playing us, so they could play in the cup final.
Deary me. Wow. We go to the console. We haven't got long to go. Hopefully Bruno steers. If not, who would you go for if you went? Well, not even worth bearing about, Mo, but we're going to talk about that if it does happen, but he's still our player, but I can see where he comes from. I think Bruno could be future captain for us, and also Jesse signed He says he wants to be a legend here and nowhere else. Would the fans treat his family in the way our fans do? His dad means the world to him, and he's become a minor celeb in his own right. Thank you, clone lad. But you know what? I think, from my opinion, I think he'll steer. I think he'll steer. I think he will. That Dujan Richards says good things about Newcastle. Then he goes and signs for Chelsea. Wow.
Yeah, he did. That Chelsea seem to be looking at everybody else's scouting and who they're going to sign, and then whip him. But what's probably happened is Chelsea have seen that he said good things about Newcastle. He's obviously done well because we were negotiating with him, and they probably put him on sort of like 50,000 a week or something silly like that. Yeah. Chelsea need to sod off and do their own bloody scouting. or the other way you should do it is maybe everyone should go to somewhere like Baker and just get some kid off the park and say how great he is. No, steal him off us, and we can fill up their youth squad with shite. Teach them to do their own scouting.
Wow!
I really hope Chelsea don't make Europe this season.
I tell you what, same here. I would laugh at you, but I think they're going to find a way. I think they're back to winning ways, but
how far though?
Maybe they can qualify for the Europa Conference in 8th.
Yes, that'll do. We're not going to start. I was just going through the console before bringing Mason in. We haven't got long to go. Let's look at this one as well. So about people. If Bellingham's worth 130 mil, how much is Bruno? Probably the same. If Bellingham is worth 130 mil from Dortmund, how much will Bruno be? Very interesting. Very interesting. No, just chatting to Les. Bruno won't get the same love at Madrid. Probably won't. Probably won't. Bruno loves playing for Newcastle, 100%. He'll also join Real Madrid if they seriously come in from 100%. I think I missed out a comment as well. I do apologise. I'll get back to one in a bit. I can remember Fernando here, the way he got treated before he went to, I think it was Bolton. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Just watched Ten Hag. The referee did dedicate the game, and Casemiro shouldn't have been a red, especially because he has played over 500 games without a red before. That's what Ten Hag said. That's what Ten Hag said. Really?
He shouldn't be put off because he's
hang on a minute.
500 games without a red.
John, saltiness coming from me because you start midfielders are suspended again.
Is that game, Mason? Sorry, mate.
Saltiness, because I know you star midfielders suspended. Come on.
I don't support United, man. Okay, stop. Is this what you wrote? Is that what you put down?
Aye.
Star midfielder.
No.
I like you, Mason. I like you, but
I didn't realise you had one live in there. I've just came back in myself from the match.
I know. Wow. And could hardly Mason. I was saying nothing about the bloody United there. Bloody hell. I tell you what, you tell Macy that when you see her.
Can I get, because I know I joined late today, have you touched on that penalty shout? Because I'll be honest with you, I think that was a Stonewall pen.
I was waiting for
how they never sent that ref to the TV screen. I'll never know, because if he goes to look at it again, that's a penalty, that, you know. We got away with one there, man.
I was literally in front of it, and I think it was a penalty, to be honest. I was literally like face where I sit. I was like, it was literally in front of us. I thought something's gonna be done, yeah, because it looked like a penalty.
The Pope situation, is it?
And I've seen it a few times on replay. It did look like, I forget the guy's name, but he did sort of, he got there before Pope got to the thing, and he's almost like barged into him and gone down. That's how it looks. So he goes into Pope and then goes down.
Jimenez.
Yeah.
Neves, wasn't it?
Because there's no tangle of feet. It almost looks like he leant into Pope to get the contact and went down.
He instigated it.
It's one of those ones that I think that if it happened the other way round, I'd want a penalty.
We'd be going off it right now. We'd be kicking off, saying it's a joke. That was a pen. What's going on?
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's about time we got a bit of luck, though.
And I think with the way that it's one of those ones that the ref was too far away to give it, and I think that if he's given it, VAR wouldn't have overturned it. And because he didn't give it, they didn't want to overturn it.
Why did the referee not give a penalty to us for the push on Shaw?
I don't think that was. There's a little push. I don't think it was a penalty myself on that one.
Yeah, I think it was.
I think Shaw was going down before he actually got the push. Yeah, I didn't see that as a penalty myself, but I'd have taken it. I didn't think it was. I can see why the ref didn't give it.
Did you see Shaw nearly take on like half the squad and run through and nearly score, man? I was like, go on, Shaw, lad. He's just got under his feet. He didn't even get tackled. He just overran the ball.
Yeah.
He's at the walking the whole end of the pitch.
I'm still laughing about that as well, about Casemiro, by the way, and Hager's comments on Casemiro. Oh,
that's hilarious, isn't it? That's hilarious.
Come on. I'm looking forward to hearing that.
Good luck with that, Eric. Good luck with that.
It's the first time for everything.
Exactly. Pochettino's been dodgy with his feet a day, and everyone's trying to others as well. And yeah, we're going to give another 5 more minutes, guys. We're going to wrap up the show because I've been told I've got to do an hour and a half and not doing too long. Mason, can we make Champions League this season? Yes or no?
Hopefully. I mean,
doable.
With the performance we put in yesterday and spells we had in the game of the day, I think we could. Just look at when we play with Isak. We're a much different team. When we play with Wilson, it's completely opposite. We're poor. We're poor. Well, not today because we're lucky to get a goal, but that whole game, that whole first half, and then until Isak came on, we were dominating in spells in our fourth. I mean, if we can play the 90 minutes, then we could be like 2-3-1 up. Because Isak today, I think Isak was my man the match, to be honest, because he ran, he bossed their midfield most of the time, and they've got experience, like at the back with Dawson. Dawson's a pretty experienced centre back, and he looked basically scared of Isak. Some of their defense were, some of their midfield were scared of him. I mean, if he can do that against Nottingham Forest on Friday night in Man United, I feel like we've got one hell of a striker, and if we can do it, if we can go in the summer and get a player like him in the summer, then we're going to be fighting for Europe every season if we get 2 strikers like that in, because we're missing that little bit of the jigsaw, because we need somebody like an Isak, because they'll run around defence, like teams' defence. That's what we're missing. We're missing a striker like Isak.
It's going to be funny facing Wood and Shelby on Friday, isn't it? We'll be playing against Wood and Shelby for Forest. They were Forest now, wouldn't they?
Yeah, well, we'll understand why we let them go once we play on Friday.
Just how lucky he'd score against us.
Yeah.
Fair
enough. Well, guys, I think going to wrap it up there, by the way, guys, if that's all right, because I'm been for an hour and a half, and I've got to say, and I know you guys are busy, and I know you've got work to do tomorrow. So, guys, I got on the table, and really, guys, and did you enjoy coming on the show?
Yep.
As ever.
The last 5 minutes, aye.
And it's good to have a head-to-head with Kyle again, even though we agreed pretty much all the time today.
Yeah, it's positive, looking up. If we can keep this momentum going, keep playing like that. Most importantly, away from home, and keep an eye on them. Tottenham and Liverpool crumbling around with. It's exciting times, mate. Really enjoyed talking about it tonight. Thanks.
Yeah. So,
Brilliant stuff. And
I just hope
Mason,
Tottenham crumble more because I cannot stand their bloody chairman. Cannot stand them.
Why?
I don't feel like him either, to be fair. But hey ho, if we get above Tottenham, I think we're steer. And if we get above Man U, which is doable, beat them in a couple weeks' time. But it's one game at a time. Forest on Friday. Concentrate on Forest.
Bloody hell. Newcastle finishing with Man U. John saying that.
Yeah, we could do it. We
were ahead of them for ages.
We could do it.
We let them catch up with us. We went ahead of them for ages.
We could do this. But guys, going to wrap up there. So guys, if you like the video, like what you see, give it a like, subscribe. Links in the chat as well. Do follow Barbara on Facebook. Rory Pole67 on there.
Twitter.
On Twitter account. Mason, you got your football channel. You Mason's football chat.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can find us on Facebook at the Mason Ford Facebook with and Twitter.
Yeah. Cool. And last one from Carl.
Just Twitter, mate. KPOVNUFC.
Fantastic stuff.
Just Twitter, mate.
Brilliant stuff. So, guys, thanks for coming on, and thanks for watching chat as well. I'll be back tomorrow for I think could be a transfer. Sure, as yet to be confirmed. So, guys, I'll let you know on that one as well. And thanks for watching as well. And Newcastle won by 2-1. Back to winning ways, and into fifth, I believe. Let's keep winning games, and let's hope that we get in the top 4. So, thanks for watching, guys. And the chat as well. And take care. It's a goodbye.
Good night, all.